How's it going, everybody? Welcome back yet again into the beautiful city of Spiritwood. And in fact, today, if I remember, we're going to name it. We're going to actually put the name down in writing for real for us not to forget. But besides that, welcome. Good to have you guys back here. And today is a very different episode. We've got a whole bunch of weird things planned. And of course, starting off with a very unorthodox thing. By the way, I was on my way getting some food from the Mushroom Island biome. It's great now. We've got a looting 3 sword. It's awesome. Get all of the leather we've ever needed, all the steak we've ever needed, and in a fraction of the time, which is fantastic. So I just thought that was a worthwhile trip. Now, I'm going to start off today with a very weird thing, and it requires me to do something which I'm guessing many people might not know yet, is of course you can make a dropper like that. But did you know this is apparently new, and I only found it out recently? You can now put a half-used bow, and it works for a dispenser. How cool is that? I thought that was really neat. So what we're doing is I'm going to actually, I've just realized I need to quickly go grab something. And that thing was grabbed. I've got them in my inventory now. It's some of this armor. And a lot of people will know this. A lot of people will probably not know it as well. This is actually perfect. Let's go in here. Let's get all cozy in here, villager. And in fact, okay, if you want to move against that wall, that's even better off for me because I can now do this. No, I can now do this, like this. I can put in a golden chest plate. Now I actually just need to hop on out of here. So can I get out like that? And over here, I just need to fill this in so this guy doesn't hop out. There we go. So this is something which I think a lot of people don't know, but my villagers, listen, I've had 0 deaths this whole season and it's been going great. I mean, we're on episode, what, 16? I think it is, if I'm correct, 16 episodes, which is already pretty nuts. And not to mention, the villagers, they haven't been going so well. Let's just put it that way. Now look at this. There is a golden chest plate in here. There's a villager over there. We do that. Noble golden chest plate. It's not lying on the ground. It has actually been given into the villager. So what we can do now is we can actually kit up our villagers. So I'm going to give this guy a helmet. You see, it's gone. This guy technically has a helmet, you just can't see it. So it's just an invisible helmet, which does actually offer the guy some extra protection. So I was just thinking, gearing up my villagers might be a good way to at least hold them for a little bit longer until I can get to them if it is, if they are getting attacked by zombies, or maybe it gives them a little bit more time for the Iron Golem to get to them. And I think I've only got 3, to be completely honest. I think we are very, very low on our villagers. Where are you guys? Come on out. Don't need to be shy. I know you guys have been having some pretty rough times recently. But that's all right. We'll find them, and over time, I'm going to be shooting armor onto them, and it's actually pretty cool. It's actually pretty useful. What else do we have? We've got some boots. I could have put some boots on that guy. I was just trying to get rid of some of the less useful stuff. But that's fine. That's not what we're doing today. Today, what we are going to be doing is we are going to be getting ourselves a whole bunch of wither skulls, if we can. And the other thing we're going to be doing is going around this way and starting to merge our way around the village. And actually, let me just take a step back here before we get too far into this. This has been built around a hill, of course. And as we are going around here, we've slowly worked our way to the library, from the inn to the library, or sorry, the tavern, to the library and to here. And ignore the giant crater or whatever. Well, that wasn't a crater, that's a hole, but it looks like it could be where an asteroid or I don't know. I think it's a meteor. I know there's meteorites and all that. I don't know, the one that hit the ground and the stage that it's in there. And trust me, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, there's like someone who's going to correct me. It's like the people who speak about ships. And by the way, yes, I meant to fall in there, of course. The people who speak about ships that always are like, Jansey, well, you know, it's not a mast unless it's such as I don't know. You know what I mean? It's the same sort of thing. But here, what we're doing is we're going to slowly work our way around here. And what this is this is going to be what we're doing today is going to be a start to that. Oh, God damn it. I'm just gonna go around this. How about this? I'm just gonna go around over here. And then we won't have any more trouble. And right around here, I plan on making a staircase that is more interesting than your normal staircase, of course. And that is because I very often come here, do my mining, run out this way. And recently I've actually done a fair bit of mining. As I come here, this is all right. I feel like this isn't quite village. But as we get up here, I'd like to start making this feel like it's part of the village. Have a pathway coming around here. Eventually we'll redo these houses, make them pretty, and we'll have this pathway looping up here. And I hope to have it coming around sort of at an angle and pushing up along this way. We could even maybe have it turn up there, so we can have it come in here and then have some stairs going up so that it all meets in the center right over here, where I actually asked you a few episodes ago about some great ideas that you guys could have for putting stuff there. And by the way, very, very good suggestions, might I add. Very, very good suggestions, actually, for many, many things. In fact, last episode, I asked for the suggestions for farms to put in that area, and I got some very good farms. The one that I'm currently looking at doing, at least, that a lot of people suggested was a cocoa bean farm, which is kind of, I feel like I can maybe put that in the middle. I don't think I need to make a set room for it, because it would require, I guess, a bit of bone meal. That's not too bad, but I don't want to use too much of it. So yeah, we'll see how we go with that. Now, what I need to do is I just need to go ahead, grab a little bit of cobblestone out, maybe a little bit more from here. Let's just do a little bit of that. And by the way, we've got cobblestone for days right now. After digging out the cactus farm, we definitely are not short of cobblestone. So here we go. This is what I plan on doing. Let me just quickly lay it out so we know what we're talking about. Okay, this is going to come over here. We're going to start the road, which is going to run along this way here. And then as it comes to this area, we're going to step up and step up slowly. In fact, we can maybe go already at this level over here so that we can get a very easy level worked in this way and it doesn't go too harsh. And then as we get to this level, if we had maybe a railing in there, so it pulls up this way and then pulls down on this side here as well. So you see, just a little bit of planning, doesn't have to be too crazy, but it's going to merge this in. So this will be able to loop around onto here, into this way, and go up this way, and then it'll have the same thing going down there and looping up, and all roads leading to the center of the city. I think it's going to be awesome. So what I'm going to do now, because I don't really feel like testing this armor, is I'm going to sleep. I'm going to get a bit of this stuff done, and then we'll be right back. I'm trying to get some shape into this thing before we start decorating it anymore. Now, one other thing I'm going to be doing today is, of course, we're going to go get ourselves some wither skeleton skulls. The goal is 3. Whatever we do, and we will hopefully get out of there alive. Now, I've got the whole thing ahead of me, so we're gonna go through that very shortly. With this path, by the way, I just want to get it looking kind of merged into the mountain. So if you guys have any idea of what I'm trying to get in here, I'm just trying to picture it in with the mountain here. Now, a few things to know. We're gonna get the wither skeletons skulls so we can fight the wither, so that we can get ourselves a beacon, so that we can go ahead and start mining out a big area so we can get our big projects done. So this is, a lot runs on this. And in fact, a lot of things I've known about with the skeletons, and I haven't fought them in a very long time, is it's quite a long process. So let's see how lucky we get. I'm going to go ahead into the nether. I'm going to show you guys what's going on, and prepare yourselves for one of the most, I mean, there's only so much hype you can have with the wither skeleton, I guess killing spree for looting spree, I guess would be a better word. Well, there's only so much hype you can have. It's kind of an underwhelming, overwhelming thing. We'll see how it goes. In fact, you'll have to find out. Now, a great way for me to show you this is to do a time lapse. And yes, this time lapse does begin with me finding a wither skeleton skull on the very first wither skeleton we fought there. That was no joke. I just got onto here, went and did that to the first one, and bam, dropped a skull. I'm thinking, hey, Jansey, you're gonna have a great time. Look at that, dropping a wither skeleton skull as you get into it. What is this? This is gonna go great. But you know what? It's a very wise thing to not get too excited when something that great happens to you. But I mean, you can't help it. Look at it. You just got a wither skeleton skull straight up. So as we go through the time lapse, just fighting more and more, look at that. One drops, got the big head on that wither skeleton. And by the way, because it's wearing its head, but look at that. 2 down. That was about 20 minutes in. Now we keep going, keep punching our way through, fighting our way through. I'm not even putting all of them in here. There's a lot. And look at that. Almost. Do I make it? Do I make it? Let's find out. And I mean, it's kind of a guess for me, but yeah, we make it. Look at this. Almost died, but just like that, we made it. Now, I'm getting to the end. About an hour later, this is about an hour and 20 minutes in. I've got no more food left. That hunger is going down. The health is looking good. I'm looking around. Will I make it? Will I have to turn around? If I turn around, that's the end of it. So let's see. Do I make it? I'm very cautious, by the way. I don't want to fall into the lava, but I don't know how I'm going to be going at this stage. Will I be able to find a wither? They've been pretty scarce. I turn the corner. Look at this one. This has to be my last one. I go, hit it once. It hits me and I hit it. Bam. A wither skeleton skull. Now look at this. My health is running down. I've got no more food. I think to myself, running up the stairs. By the way, this is nothing exciting. I'm just trying to make it more exciting than it is. We've got ourselves the rotten flesh. Don't even get hunger with that. And we have to make a run for it. Make sure there's no blazes shooting at us. In fact, we've got a bit of a clear run, but I'm not too sure about it. And also, by the way, this is a little tip I figured out. When you're fighting with the skeletons, pop their heads on the ground so that if you do die and they shoot everywhere, you can pick them up again. If they're there, they won't fall off your body, and you can just take them all as you're leaving out. I thought it was a great idea. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. We got him. And of course, I should stop there right in the most dangerous zone in the place just to show them. But it's all right. The main problem now is we've only got, what is that, 5, 6 hearts of health? And we've got to get out of here. So this is where it gets a little bit dangerous. I can hear a ghast around the place. I could hear it a bit earlier. In fact, there weren't too many ghasts, but I could hear them a bit earlier. And I thought, we got to get out of here. The exit is not that far, but the journey is very treacherous. And we go around. I can see the path that I've left, my little breadcrumb path of stone. There's a ghast in the air right now, for sure. And what do you know? We make it around here. We can even stop around and turn around to the ghast at some stage if we really want to. But yes, we made it out, and it was fantastic. And by the way, we've got 3 wither skeleton skulls, so that is absolutely amazing. And there you have it. 1, 2, and 3 wither skeleton skulls. Man, actually, that kind of scared me a little bit when I put them there. I was like, you know what? That was not a smart move. But yes, there they are. All 3 of them. Very, very cool. And by the way, I didn't really know of a good way to show it, so I thought, hey, let's give that a go. Let's give it a try. And you know what? It didn't turn out quite as bad as I thought. It didn't turn out quite as bad doing a little bit of a time-lapse sort of thing. I don't know what it is. You know, montage. That's it, a montage. No, not a time-lapse. Even though I said time-lapse, a montage. I've probably been corrected, but that's all right. So look at this. This place is starting to look really cool. You know what? I haven't been mentioning it a lot, but we've kind of gone into it. This village, I tend to face one direction in a village. I normally go from one side and get this picture-perfect skyline, at least as good as I can get. But now what we're doing is we're coming from all angles, building around this central piece, and I want every angle to have its good look. And right here, this is actually looking mighty, mighty fine. Of course, we're going to start pushing outward once we've got the center all finished. This over here is looking a little bit edgy. I think what I want to do, I'm just going to be a little bit smarter about this and get rid of that. I think if I push this around this way and pop one of these on, and I guess because of that there, we do that thing, finish that up. Yeah, that kind of pushes it around there, forces your eye there a little bit. Maybe what we can do instead of that is I can get rid of that and put one of these in. So get rid of that, put that there, and we can put a bush in because bushes solve everything. All of your problems get solved with the bush. That's one of the best things I've learned. But there we go. Look at that. Magnificent. Very, very cool. Now, there is one little problem over here, and that is that it's looking kind of cool with this piece here, and I really like that thing, but I don't want to get rid of this ugly, ugly house, and I've got rid of a few things there. Also, by the way, look at this. I try to get a little bit of prismarine behind some of these things. We'll try it out. I just want to hide colors in through places. You don't really notice it, but you see a little bit of light colors in. I think that's a good way of starting it, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, we can always change it at a later stage, but I kind of like it. And by the way, I am going to be doing this right now. Let's go get ourselves a crafting table. We'll pop it in the new crafting bench room right over here. This special purpose-built house for a crafting bench. And what I want is I want to get myself a few of these because we're going to go and do something all too familiar. And also, by the way, we're not fighting the wither today. If you guys were concerned about that, we're not fighting it today. But I do want to fight it very soon. In fact, here is some exciting news. All right, so next episode, we, being you and me, we're going to be starting a brand new area, which I'm sure you guys are totally not going to be able to guess it. It's not like I've mentioned it many times, and probably even this episode, if I can't remember it. I'm probably sure I have definitely not mentioned it this episode, and it's definitely not a pirate area, and it's definitely not going to be terraformed, and hopefully good at that. So, by the way, what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to get this piece to look similar to this, so we've got a little bit of a lookout. And we'll make it over here. So that means we get to keep the circle bit. Listen, buddy, you're playing with fire. Almost literally, when this thing comes out and burns in the sun, you're playing with fire. But that's all right. I will be there to save you. But that's fine. I kind of feel like just saying like you're going there on your own, but you're playing with me. Yeah, you're kidding me. You know what? This guy's If he wants to do that, he can go do that, and I will not even feel sorry for him. You did it to yourself, villager. You did it to yourself. And I'm definitely... Where'd he go? You kidding me? Is that him there? Maybe that's him there. It's just getting worse and worse for this guy. Not for me. Definitely not for me. That's a cartographer. Who actually needs a cartographer nowadays? Even though there we go, it is him. Even though I struggle to say, they're not that useful anymore. You know, that's the thing is when we do the woodland mansion. I did this in my last world, and I'm definitely going to do it in this world, because what ends up happening with the woodland mansion is you end up going out like 30,000 blocks sometimes. So the way I do it, and this is specifically so I don't have to get the very big world file size. Because I don't know about you guys, but when we put this world up for download, which will go up for download at some stage, I don't want to have this monstrously huge world that I upload and everyone has to download many gigs just because we had to run through some useless terrain that doesn't make a difference. So here's my strategy to it. All right, so you go in, get your map, and then you copy your world. So I make a physical copy, and then with that physical copy, I go and explore, finding the things. So any resources I lose, I'll throw away on my normal one, and then once I've explored, I find the coordinates. I throw whatever food and whatever else we've used out, and then we'll go for it from there. And I think that's the best way to do it, honestly. I think that's a very good way of just getting the thing done without actually making a big fuss about it. You know what I mean? Making a huge thing about it. Even though I kind of just made a big fuss about it, but you get the picture. You get the picture. So let's go up here, and I thought this will be a nice thing to finish up with, by the way, is a nice little build like this. You know what, every city I kind of start, I never have a proper style planned. I kind of let it just merge in from what we're doing, and this was one of those things. And it's actually been one of my favorite little things to do, is just add these fine details like this with these roofs, and they make the thing look like its own thing. And I'm actually I've got some cool ideas for these, by the way. When I stand out there, all these towers, man, they look so good. And I think that would be very cool built into its own castle, but not over here. I'll have to do the castle in another place, because this is just meant to be a village. Maybe it could expand. Maybe through trade and many other economic prospects, it could evolve. But for now, it's just for trade and nothing too much more than that. So let's go here, get these in. And as I say, I'm at this stage now where I can sort of remember what we're doing, as I think I just built one of these last episode, or the episode before. So it should be kind of fresh for me. There, here, and here. Now, here's the thing. All right, if we're building the pirate area, and this is specifically related into the terraforming and terrain making, because trust me, if you guys aren't into doing terrain and all that sort of stuff, I hope you guys will at least consider a few things when I make it, because I'll tell you this much: the terrain is probably my favorite part out of everything, and a lot of people just don't quite get it. So definitely hang out for that. But what type of things do you guys think we should see in a pirate, like a tropical pirate terrain? Let's make sure we haven't done anything too wrong here. Yeah, that looks about right. That's wrong over there. Oh, yep, cool. Get me there, and there. And we'll go out this way. And also, by the way, here, suggestions, great suggestions for the top here. I love them. I'm going to be working on something. It's not as easy as I thought it would be. Don't tell me. Okay, I've gone 2 up there. All right, that actually will work. What we need to do is we need to put a little lamp in here. And little lamp, there you are. And oak trapdoors, which are still useful for something. In fact, there's another thing that you have not... Yeah, I have not, at least, lost my love for, the oak trapdoor. Oh, dang it. Really? I fall over there. Jump, and in here we will pop one of those there, one of these in, well, the only one of these in there, and there. Come on, give me the trapdoors, please. And in fact, I might very well change this after this. We'll see how we look, because a thing that I really loved was the library one, where it's got the hanging piece in it. So we might even change it for that. But let's just first check what that looks like. Yeah, we're definitely putting the hanging piece in it, and that means we have to get our silk touch pickaxe, which is looking awfully wrecked over there. Them and these over here. Perfect. So these are just, by the way, if you guys are ever looking to decorate areas, this is very important. This sort of stuff that pulls it all together is what I'm going for in this episode. And really, if you guys had needed some sorts of ideas on it and stuff like that, just use sort of things that you see, you know, just do staircases. The staircase is actually not necessarily even for being useful. It's specifically a good looking thing first, and then secondly, it's a very useful thing. But really, sometimes you just got to make things just for the sake of them looking good. Oh, that was not intentional. There we go. And this in here, and in here. And of course, I mean, this has taken us what? I mean, me a little bit longer, but not that long to get a completely different feel to this side of the world. And it really hasn't been that long. Between bushes and... can I go over here? Yeah, between bushes and also a few little things like this, it's definitely looking a lot better. So let's go test it out. Beautiful. Oh man, that is so good. I'm loving this. You know, there's a few areas I didn't like to stand, and that was over here. And as we're going, it's just getting better and better and better. Man, you know what I want to do? I can't wait till we get a pair of elytras so we can go fly around here. It's going to be amazing. It really will be. But look at that. The sun's going down. The villagers are chilled out. The golem's just doing whatever he does. And I think that's an episode. So thank you very much, guys. As I say, the crazy positivity is awesome. So thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for joining me here today, guys. And I will see you very soon. Or shortly, whichever one. Your choice.